The 2022 Yamaha Zuma 125. Yamaha tweaks its Zuma 125 scooter platform ahead of MY2022 with a handful of improvements across the board. Fuel-efficient power comes from a new, blue-core engine sporting some pretty fancy fandanglery in the valvetrain. Rugged new bodywork and a reimagined headlight area seal the deal to further separate this newest generation adventure scooter from its predecessors and peers. 2022 Yamaha Zuma 125 design. The headlights are easily adjustable so each rider can dial in for their preference. The engineers over at the Tuning Fork Company set out to make the Zuma 125 more rugged than ever before, and at a glance, I'd say it's a job well done. A gnarly set of street knobbies set the tone early on with an overtly off-road tread pattern that is sure to perform well during off-road riding, particularly on soft surfaces and/or loose material. Blackout fork sliders make a connection to the custom culture, while the bellow gators add more yet to the off-road chops by protecting the fork seals from damage by sand, dirt, grit. A molded front fender mounts up under the triple clamp with a decidedly more motocross vibe to its shape. The headlights have one of the coolest new aesthetic adjustments. Gone are the rather uninspired headlight goggles in favor of an asymmetrical layout that brings with it a touch of steampunk attitude. Plus, the headlights are easily adjustable so each rider can dial in for their preference. The front fender and its lower components took on a significant amount of visual bulk. However, they still maintain the general gist of the established shape from the top of the lights up to the brake for the handlebar and instrumentation. The instrumentation is all crammed into a dual-screen LCD that comes with its own little spotlight around front. There's a glove box in the inner fairing with a USB-A port so you can charge your mobile device whilst on the move. A dead flush deck at the step-through leaves plenty of room for easy mounting and dismounting with a set of flip-out foot pegs for your passenger. Under the seat you'll find enough room for one full-face helmet or two smaller helmets, so you can count on room for books, groceries, whatever to make this an effective errand-running machine as well as competent commuter. Viewed in profile, the understructure is beefier, as is the luggage rack that wraps around the pillion pad and doubles as a sturdy set of JC handles. At the tip of the Stinger, the taillight comes with a tough-looking housing that pairs well with the hang-down mudguard that completes the rear coverage and carries the back blinkers and license plate holder. 2022 Yamaha Zuma 125 chassis. If there's a chink in the off-road armor, it's the 12-inch road donuts. Yamaha built the underpinnings on the new Zuma 125 to take a beating with tubular steel members and a steel engine mount with an elastic link to absorb some of the engine vibration to give the rider's butt, hands, and feet a break on long rides at high speeds. Beefy front forks run with 33mm inner tubes to tolerate the jolts associated with actual off-road use on 3.2 inches of travel. Out back, dual-coil over shocks support the rear end and dampen the motion of the swing-mount drivetrain with 3.1 inches of travel. The fuel tank holds 1.6 gallons of fuel, so once the 101 mpg fuel efficiency rating is factored in, you can count on around 150 road miles per fill-up. All-around disc brakes run with a double-piston front caliper that bites a wave-cut, 245mm disc ahead of a single-bore anchor and 230mm disc. Stock-equipped linked brakes that shares pressure between the front and back brakes for balanced braking efforts and safer operation. If there's a chink in the off-road armor, it's the 12-inch road donuts. A 14-inch or even 15-inch hoop would have been nice, at least up front for the terrain tackling edge it brings to the table. 2022 Yamaha Zuma 125 drivetrain. The beating heart is a significant upgrade over the previous generation. The new blue core engine on the Zuma 125 is still a single-cylinder thumper with a 125cc displacement, but bore diameter was dropped to 52mm from 52.4mm while stroke was stretched to 58.7mm from 57.9mm. Compression was spiced up as well with 11.2 to 1 up from 10 to 1. And liquid cooling replaced forced air to deal with the extra heat. The 4-valve head and single overhead cam remain the same, but this year, the top end comes with the variable valve actuation feature that rotates the cam independent of the drive to deepen the effective power band without sacrificing top-end performance. That's a fairly rare level of technology on such a humble platform, much to Yami's credit I must say. A forged aluminum piston rides in a bore lined with a DA-SIL coating for its extended service life and lightweight alternative to the old heavy steel inserts. As you'd expect, a centrifugal clutch couples engine power to the continuously variable transmission, so the Zuma delivers that twist-and-go operation that scooter riders demand. The factory is keeping the power figures close to the vest, but the outgoing mill put out 8 horsepower and the new system will turn in a top speed around 60 miles per hour, so no matter what, it's marginally suitable for highway work, but you can forget about doing interstate speeds. 2022 Yamaha Zuma 125 price. Starting in July 2021, get the Zuma 125 in a stealthy matte black over black, or with Team Yamaha blue swaths. Base MSRP is listed at $3,699 no matter which color package you choose. 2022 Yamaha Zuma 125 competitors. Adventure-tastic scooters are somewhat niche, it's true, but I think Honda has a worthy entry of its own in the aptly named ADV 150. Honda ADV 150.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.